freeway at Vincent, westbound.
We're in primary now. We're coming up to Sunset.
Unit coming up to Sunset, VID.
601 primary.
8101 primary.
Dude, you better stop. Just stop. You can talk. Just stop. Exit the freeway and stop.
Pacific.
Unit standing by at Pacific VID.
LA Sheriff Air 29 is overhead for the pursuit. Westbound, bound 10, approaching Wisconsin Parkway.
Air 29 overhead, westbound 10 approaching Parkway.
81 497. About now going over Standoff.
81 497. He's at 70.
Westbound 10, number 4 lane. Traffic is light, speed about 70, approaching Puente Avenue.
Westbound 10, light traffic, 3 to 4 lane, approaching Puente.
Okay, it's only occupied times 1, Hispanic male wearing a black hat.
Occupied times 1, Hispanic male, black hat.
So I got a unit behind me trying to brake in case it stops on the freeway.
Is there a unit behind that can run a brake in case it stops on the freeway?
81207, we're trying to get a position right now.
81207 trying to get a position.
Westbound 10, number 5 lane, light traffic, speed about 50 to 60, approaching Lions Lane.
Westbound 10, number 5, light traffic, 50 to 60, approaching Vineland.
So I guess I've already made LA on Spring Loop.
What was I?
No traffic, speeds are about 50.
Number 5 lane, no traffic, speed 50.
So I guess I've already been Springs on East LA Loop.
Advice Springs and East.
So I copy that.
I don't want you to crash. I don't want you to hurt anyone else. Just stop. Pull to the right shoulder. Pull to the right shoulder and stop. We can talk. Just stop. Whatever's going on, we can talk. Just stop. Pull to the shoulder and stop. Just put it in park.
Alright, driving the right shoulder, northbound 65 approach.
There you go. Good job. Put it in park. Now come to a stop.
Right hand shoulder, north up.
Just stop. Okay, put it in park. Put your hands out the window. Put it in park. I know. We're not going to hurt you. We're not going to hurt you. Just stop. I know. We'll get you some help, dude. Just stop. Just stop. Put it in park. Put it in park. Put it in park. You got to put it in park. Come on, bro. Alright, bro. Put your hands outside the window.
Whether he will continue on or whether he will finally decide to call this the end of the road for this particular pursuit. You can see there's CHP, those 3 units with their guns drawn. The northbound 605 freeway is going to be closed a little bit north of the 10. And frankly, I'm a little bit surprised now because of the behavior we've seen earlier in this pursuit that this driver's staying stopped for as long as it has been. Earlier, the window was rolled up.
You can step out, we can talk out here.
Now the window's rolled up. Earlier, it was rolled down. It does appear that the vehicle's still moving. And unless the suspect's running out of gas, judging from that earlier behavior, like we've been saying, where he's been stopping in parking lots, stopping on other roads, I would be very surprised if this driver decides to call quits right here and now.
Alright, open the door. Step out. Come on. It's over. It's over, you. It's over.
And we're on the move again. We're on the move again. Just like clockwork, when you see certain behaviors exhibited by this particular suspect in the past, in this very pursuit, you have to think that he's more than likely to do it again. And here he is again, racing northbound on the 605 freeway, now taking an exit. This is going to be Los Angeles, I'm told. Exiting Los Angeles Street. And going back onto the freeway, not really blowing the red there because that was a green light, and continuing northbound on the off-ramp back onto the 605. There might be an option for this driver to stay on surface streets. It looks like he's going to be taking that.
Staying on Transition Road, looks like River Grade, north of Los Angeles Street.
So there we go. Very interesting agitated behavior from this driver. Stopping and going and stopping for long periods of time, where you might think that would be the end of it for this pursuit, but then the driver continues on. It doesn't appear that there's anything wrong with the vehicle to cause him to stop. It just appears that he seems to almost have a change of heart for a moment, and then continues on. As you see this one CHP officer staying very close to the bumper of the pursuit vehicle. Offset a little bit to the right. You have to wonder if they may be preparing for a pit. These are pretty desolate streets at a very late hour on a Friday night, so it's definitely kind of a perfect area for a pit if CHP decides to do that as we continue on River Grade Road, approaching Commerce.
No traffic. Speeds are about 40.
We're seeing about 40 miles an hour from this driver continuing northbound. Tracking along the 605 north, but not using the 605 north.
Northbound River Grade, approaching Live Oak. No traffic, speeds about 40.
Northbound at River Grade, approaching Live Oak, no traffic, speed 40.
And we're slowing down again, approaching the intersection, Live Oak Avenue, making a right turn to the east.
Bound onto Live Oak, from River Grade, no traffic, speeds about 30.
Turning eastbound onto Live Oak, from River Grade, 30. Traffic.
Benson here today? No, he's off. Oh, wait. I saw Cooper. I don't think
When officers were close behind this vehicle, they were able to determine, or at least see, that there was only one person inside the vehicle.
No traffic. He's slowing down towards the intersection. Bye.
Using his left turn signal
Eastbound Live Oak, approaching
and
Stewart Avenue, no traffic
continuing
going down at the intersection.
on Stewart Avenue
Down
from
on Stewart
Live Oak,
Avenue,
making a
back
northbound
towards
turn now.
River Grade, no traffic, speeds are about 20.
This could take him back towards River Grade.
Northbound Stewart towards River Grade, no traffic, speed 20.
Alright, dude.
And here's the River Grade intersection
Stop,
now.
dude.
Setting up for a left turn, which would take him kind of in a southwesterly direction.
Step out. Hands up, face away.
And now we're stopped, and we've seen this before earlier in this pursuit, hearing from officers earlier that this person was stopping at red lights. So it's just kind of curious behavior.
South River Grade.
Now you have two CHP officers close behind.
There's a walk on the road.
Continuing southbound on River Grade.
South River Grade toward Live Oak, one car on the road, 30-40.
River Grade
Not a lot of traffic in this area. Pretty much an industrial area here south of Irwindale.
River Grade toward Live Oak, no traffic, no 40.
Eastbound Live Oak from River Grade. No traffic.
Eastbound Live Oak, no.
South 30.
Eastbound Live Oak from River Grade, no traffic.
At this point, CHP is just kind of in a follow-along mode here. They're still in pursuit. This isn't a following. This isn't a tracking. This is a full-fledged pursuit. Originally started by Monterey Park PD. They are saying that they wanted to pull this person over for suspected DUI. And
Alright, dude. Stop. Put it in park.
Coming to a stop again. Intersection
Put it
of
in
Live
park.
Oak
Alright, let's step out.
and I believe that's Riverdale again. Or Stewart Avenue.
Put it in park. Come on, step out, face away.
CHP with their doors open. This is kind of their normal procedure.
Driver, you need to step out to the line.
But as we've seen in the past, this driver will do that. It will come to a stop, wait for a number of minutes, and then continue on again. As we see this CHP unit getting right up close, about one car length behind, and another CHP unit, one car behind that one.
Northbound River Grade towards Arrow Highway.
Northbound River Grade. Northbound River Grade. Kind of hanging out in the same general area. CHP dispatch actually ran the plates on this vehicle and it came back to an address in Duarte. So this kind of goes back to what we usually see with some of these pursuits, is drivers like to stay in areas that they know. And because this vehicle may be registered to an address in Duarte, this driver may be familiar with the San Gabriel Valley and may be most comfortable staying in this same general area, staying on these surface streets and staying kind of in the 605, 10, 210 corridor. But we'll see what happens. Anything could happen.
Westbound Arrow Highway
As we
to
go
River
westbound
Grade,
Arrow Highway from River Grade, just south of the Santa Fe Dam area.
Westbound Arrow approaching 605, no traffic, about 40 minutes.
Anyone in contact with that address?
Well, that's a negative, no contact with the address.
That's the respond that way. See if they can make contact with the residents and give the contact a call.
SO is en route to the attack.
Well, okay, there's 850. We're going to be 97 overhead and we're going to call it at this time. So.
And now what we have going on is the LA County Sheriff's ship is going to tap out from this pursuit and let the CHP helicopter take over just in time for this driver to get back on the northbound 605.
Along the shoulder and give up.
Not exactly accelerating to freeway speed, sticking at about 30 miles an hour, approaching 40 miles an hour. You can see the night sun now from the CHP helicopter lighting up this pursuit.
Copy. Northbound 605, north of Arrow, number 2 lane. 80 miles an hour, light traffic.
Northbound 605.
And now we're kind of matching up to freeway speeds, now hitting 80 miles an hour. In that number 3 lane, that one CHP unit staying right behind the suspect.
Northbound, number 2 lane, 80 miles an hour, light traffic.
We have 2 law enforcement helicopters remaining over this one for now.
Northbound number 2 lane, 80 miles an hour,
LA
light
County
traffic.
Sheriff's Deputy helicopter is staying with this one along with CHP down low. We're coming up on this 210 interchange. It looks like we're going to be committed to the off-ramp. I believe that's going to be to Duarte Road. And that just goes along with what we were saying earlier, that this vehicle is registered to an address in Duarte. So it does make sense that this suspect would want to go back to that general area, someplace where he's familiar.
We're going to be close to where the plane returns to.
Coming up on Huntington Drive, the driver will have the opportunity to go. I haven't heard specifically if they're calling out that far ahead to have units on Foothill Boulevard to try and do spike strips there. Josh looking ahead with our camera to see if there's anybody there. There is one patrol unit there on the side of the road, so that may be if someone's setting up for a spike strip there. We'll see if someone jumps out and does that. And the driver comes to a complete stop. He sees the officer and he sees the spike strip, and now he's reversing.
Okay.
He's reversing away from the spike strip, and that CHP unit makes contact with the bumper. And the driver is trying to get out away from the spike strip, and he doesn't. He continues on. I'm not sure we made any contact with that spike strip.
He was going so slowly that he could see it and was able to stop in time.
I've never seen a slow-speed pursuit work out in that way, where a driver could just go slow enough to see the spike strip. I didn't even see the spike strip from up here, but you can probably see it on bigger screens as we come to a complete stop again on Canto Parkway. This looks to be kind of a residential area just west of the Santa Fe Dam. And we're just gonna be stopped here for some reason. I'm curious to see. Yep, guns are drawn. I'm curious to see as we move Air 7 to the driver's side if the driver is communicating out the window, which he has done in multiple instances in this pursuit. As we are on Las Lomas Road, and there really isn't an option for this driver to do anything unless he continues towards Huntington Drive, which is really nothing blocking him in front unless there's a CHP unit up ahead, which I don't see just glancing at the windshield of Air 7HC. I don't see anybody right there up ahead. Oh. And
there's another spike strip. Oh, look at that.
Step out now.
Yep, we have another spike strip here, which appears to be between the front and the rear tires, and CHP was able to sneak that in, and this may be their best opportunity to bring this thing to an end and finally not puncture a tire at least, but get the spike strip in the position to puncture a tire if this driver decides to go forward.
Well, there you go. Maybe that's why they felt comfortable getting out of their vehicles this time as opposed to at the red light about 3 minutes ago, because they saw that he actually hit this spike strip, and clearly they kind of figured he was going to be heading in this direction, and they got that. They had to have gotten the front tire, and look at the gestures now.
Yeah, a lot of gestures out the window. The window's still raised up. He does appear to be trying to communicate with officers, and officers have their guns drawn, but I think, Mark, they were able to sneak that spike strip in when the vehicle was behind a tree just about a minute ago, and that may have been the best opportunity that they have. Oh, it looks like they are shooting possibly non-lethal rounds into the vehicle, and CHP now really ramping up the aggression. Now that they have the spike strip down, they're trying to shoot out the windows and try and really convince this driver to bring this thing to an end. So hopefully we'll see this thing come to an end here very shortly here, as CHP now has all their tactics in place and really kind of showing all their cards right now to try and convince this guy to end it.
And we've got to remember that we don't know whether he might have a weapon himself. What's good is that he's got both hands sticking out of the window. So he is complying with that command from the officers to keep both hands visible so they can see him and they can be convinced that he's not reaching for a weapon. So his hands are visible now. They're probably telling him to open the door and come out. And he's not doing that thus far. Maybe he, at this point, is afraid that if he brings one hand in, they're going to think he's reaching for something. But he's got to comply with there's the less than lethal, I guess, shotgun type rifle that they're using to fire those less than lethal projectiles into the car. And they just fired them at the windows, the rear window.
The rear windows, which is interesting because and there goes another round right there. That may have been a pepper ball round, which obviously is trying to give the driver more reasons to exit the vehicle. And there he goes, he's lowering the window now because of that pepper ball. Looking very agitated still, but still with those hands out the window.
He's trying to take his seatbelt off. Okay, there he goes.
Yeah, it looks like he was tangled out in the seatbelt. Now he finally gets the door open. Both hands are out. He's yelling.
It looks like he's yelling stop. Looks like he's yelling stop.
Yeah.
They've been trying to get him to stop for 2 hours.
Right, yeah, so, this is just a very interesting end to very interesting pursuit, a lot of interesting behaviors displayed by this pursuit driver, and now it does appear that we are at the end of it as the driver kind of feels like there's nowhere else to go. We have 1 foot out the door, 1 foot out of the vehicle.
And most importantly, both hands visible. And what that is grabbing and you're not going to get to keep the hands
still
there.
visible. And officers are continuing to make call-outs. They're ordering them to back away from the vehicle and get out onto the ground, but it does appear that the suspect is still kind of flustered at this point as he kind of walks, stepping away from the vehicle. That's a good sign. Hands are still up. But he's still very aggravated, still not complying until right this second now where he gets on the ground.
Hands behind his back. They probably are telling him to keep his hands out, but, if he's DUI, if he's under the influence, then he's not listening, can't quite comply the way he should. And so now they're going to have to formulate their tactics and get it ready so that they can go in and actually, they'll probably all go in at one time. And
we will watch this from a bit of a moving shot here because perfect timing, we're out of fuel here in Air 7 HD, so we're going to kind of make our way back towards the airport as Josh, our photographer, holds the shot. It does look like officers have the handcuffs on the suspect, and they're calling a code 4 now with perfect timing for us up here in Air 7 HD.
All right, there he goes, and the